The World Economic Forum says plastic in the ocean will outweigh fish by 2050. This warning comes as South Africans joined the global community in celebrating World Oceans Day. Meanwhile, the Two Oceans Aquarium in Cape Town is monitoring ocean waste to understand how to reduce its impact on marine life.
A trash bash on Outweigh Beach to celebrate World Oceans Day. 80% of plastic found in the oceans originates on land. To stop the cycle of pollution, plastic must be prevented from entering the water in the first place. Everything picked up is recorded and the data collated. This contributes to research tracking the different sources of marine litter.
We believe that governmental and corporate engagement needs to happen quite urgently. This can only be solved if everyone works together. So there needs to be tech innovation around recycling and types of plastic that are out there. But we also need retail, manufacturers and government to recognize the problem and to take action.
Studies have shown that millions of seabirds have ingested plastic, and a staggering number of sea animals die each year from plastic ingestion. But humans are also at risk as plastic doesn't biodegrade and become part of the natural system again. It breaks up into smaller and smaller pieces until it becomes small enough to enter the food chain.
Cleaning up all this plastic and so much litter. It's just really good to know that you're doing something good for the ocean.
I've seen plastic straws, I've seen plastic lids, lots of things. It's not really right for people just throwing litter in the ocean. That's how creatures die in the ocean.
We're fans of the ocean, we enjoy the sea, and we want to make sure that the ocean is here and protected for a very long time for our kids. So for us, it's important to instill in them, just the values of what the ocean brings to us.
What we have discovered today is a lot of plastic bottles. We found some straws. There's even some earbuds on the beach, and this is not good for our environment, especially our SeaWorld.
In less than 2 hours, bags full of trash have been cleared, leaving behind a clean beach and only their footprints in the sand. Linky Bierman, SABC News, Hout Bay.
For more on this story, we take you to Cape Town, where an African development firm organized a beach cleanup operation today. And to tell us more, we're joined by Jesse Bowers from the Nedebe Group. A very good evening to you, Jesse. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, first of all, tell us about the significance of this day, the World Oceans Day.
I think the significance is to create the awareness out there on the importance of our oceans, and creating the awareness of how important the ocean is to our country and the awareness of the sustainability of it.
So take us through some of the activities or projects that you as Nedebe Foundation, you were involved in today to mark this day.
So today our foundation had organized a beach cleanup on the shores of Strand, and handed out some stickers to kind of create the awareness out there on the importance of it and informing the public of why should we maintain the oceans and the management of it.
And this day is obviously marked all over the world. So how are we doing as a country in terms of taking care of our oceans compared to other countries with oceans? I
think as a country we're doing well, especially with the act that was brought in, the Integrated Coastal Management Act, that was recognized around the world and brought attention to our country. And that is creating a benchmark and kind of a standard where our policy had won an award in 2012. And I think it's a great accolade for us, and that we're setting the benchmark for the rest of the world.
And what has been the response of South Africans and the government at large in terms of protecting the marine environment?
I think it has been a great response, especially from South Africans, with many programs, not just our program on Strand Beach, but many programs from the aquarium on Hout Bay, from the surf community, and the various communities on Muizenberg area that did the beach cleanup today. And with regards to the government, with implementing policies and such regard.
Well, climate change is an obvious challenge that humanity needs to attend to by all means. But what would you say to people in countries like the United States who still don't believe our actions are actually impacting on our oceans in a negative way?
I think, I really can't answer for America, but our actions are impacting our oceans with regards to action on our food resources from the oceans and the sustainability for the future.
I mean, the United Nations says that about 13 million tons of plastic finds its way into our oceans every single year. So what have you done in order to lobby government to ban the use of plastic or promote the use of biodegradable packaging?
Well, like many companies trying to improve and use different initiatives to throw out like the straws, plastic straws, and bags as biodegradable. I think we have been, in our company alone, has been taking our bags that we use for shopping and recycling them for further use in our offices instead of throwing them away.
I mean, in terms of lobbying the government, what have you done, or what are you aiming to do in order to influence government, towards making sure that the use of plastic is, of course, banned? Because it's a mental issue. So many people, I mean, it's all in their head. So many people are of the view that, we've been using plastic all our lives, and we certainly cannot afford to be buying these fabric packaging, for instance.
Well, we haven't gone yet to the part of influencing government, but with our future programs and further development within our different programs, we will obviously look at ways in which we can influence government on different manners. We can, instead of using a plastic bag, we can use different carrier bags or even permanent bags that you can use instead of plastic bags.
And what happens tomorrow then, once World Oceans Day has come and gone? What do organizations like yourselves do to make sure that the awareness stays alive throughout?
Well, today just marked the first day of our beach cleanup, and we plan to have one every month to kind of create that awareness and create a bigger turnout on these things. So bigger projects, more beach cleanups, maybe further, not just on the shoreline, but further into the sea and so forth.
Do beach cleanups really make a difference? And if so, in what way?
I think it does create a bigger impact. It's immobilizing communities and bringing people together for the sustainability for the future generations, and kind of informing also the younger generations and the future of what the importance it is to do these things and how important the ocean is for us.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was Jesse Bowers from the Nedebe Group, just reacting to World Oceans Day, which is celebrated worldwide. This is the Global SABC News. We'll have more news in a moment.